We're good now. Hi.
Hello,
What's your name?
I'm Dana. Dana McGuire.
What's something you'd like people to know about you?
I'm not dangerous. You can trust me. Really, you can trust me. Like, even if you don't trust anybody else, you can trust me.
Well, what are you then?
I'm, I'm a freak.
Okay. What are you curious about?
I feel curiosity so often, and what I am mostly curious about is my lover's experience. That's historically where my attention tends to go. I I sometimes get curious about all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, my meditation, when I'm being distracted, I tend to be thinking about that individual and wondering just kind of a desperate curiosity about anything.
Would you call yourself a seeker?
Yes, I would be called a seeker. I would be called a seeker. I don't think I would use that term. I'm a presencer, and so it's more like being a finder, in every moment. But there have been times when I was suffering enough that I would definitely have been more rightly called a seeker, that I didn't understand why I was suffering. And I needed to understand. So I was trying to figure out things. Sometimes different forms of suffering have caused more desperate seeking behaviors.
What brings you joy?
Right now, mammalian things feel joyful, like armpits, baby smiles, baby drool. It just feels so vulnerable and innocent, and it elicits care.
Mm. What's something that challenges you?
When somebody asks me questions that kind of like want me, I'm not trying to criticize my interviewer at all, but I was having a conversation earlier that reminded me of when somebody is like trying to shape where my answer will be. They're asking me a question, and they're telling me which pocket my answer needs to be in. That what was your question? What's challenging? I find it challenging. I'll get a kind of flubbed up and awkward trying to answer those questions.
Mm. What do you notice about others?
Other people?
Sure.
I tend to have a pretty open curiosity about other people. I'm curious about what makes them tick. What are they thinking about? What are they worrying about, wondering about, hoping for, fearful of? That might be how it is for me. What am I curious about others? Was that your question? What do I think about others?
What do you notice?
What do I notice? It seems like it could be quite variable. But some of the things that I notice that I get most irritated about, maybe, most judgmental of, are when people are selfish. or if someone is kind, if their kindness seems altruistic or motivated by personal gain. Those things I just naturally, or like bad customer service.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the XYZ mart and the person, you could tell the person's like they're basically asking you, what's the least I can do for you right now? That'll get this personality, like, oh, sucks to be you.
And is there anything else you'd like to share?
My head hurts when you ask me that question. Just a little throb right here on this side of my head. Things I'd like you to know. I'd like you to know that I am surprised by what I so far. Well, no, I don't want you to know. I don't want to corrupt the results of this typing process. So, interviewer, this video is for a typology reading from cognitivetype.com. And the result that came through the last 2 videos that I sent in doesn't seem right. But don't listen to me, you analyzer. So,
All right.
how many minutes are we at?
We went past 5. Now we're 7.
5 to 10
Okay.
minutes on the interview.
So we're at 7 now.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
More data might be helpful.
What do you see when you look at the ground here?
Well, I see lots of green stuff. That's what I was calling it. Green. It's super non-judgmental medium. This green stuff. It's just going for it. It says all for one for all. Let's go! Rah 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 rah! Now they look like they're fighting. Move over! It's my space! No, it's my space! It's okay, guys.
Are you worldly?
What does that mean? Have I traveled?
However you want to interpret it.
I know people from all over the world. I've traveled some. I'm not much ever since I was young, because of my orientation to the people around me, and their needs and their path and their journey and all that stuff. I haven't really had a big traveling bug, because that would kind of be like me needing to go out and do my thing. And, so instead, I've just been where I am. I have lived a lot of places in this country. Been to some other countries. I really like being in new places. I always thought I would learn another language at some point, but I haven't really. It's a cardinal. A cardinal call. Sounds like a car alarm.
If you were to take non-human form, what would the form be? And more interestingly, what else would you notice? What would draw you to that form?
I think I would. I have to take a form, huh? Gotta take a form. Oh gosh. maybe a not human, yeah. Just any kind of not human would be okay. In this moment, I just feel a little tired of the human pieces of life that that have to organize everything into conceptual boxes and categories and stuff, maintain them and remember things and all that stuff. It's a lot of work. And in the moments when my consciousness is stilled enough, that kind of effort falls away, and I recognize that it's a much more peaceful way of being than all of the drama that we normally suffer.
We're at the 11-minute mark.
Turn it off.